You see me in fights where it's like 10-2 or 11-1, and I feel like that makes me the best fighter in the sport of boxing.
I got a message out there to tell everybody. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. Always prove them wrong.
WBC super-featherweight champion of the world, Oscar Valdez!
Oscar can't keep ducking. It's time for him to fight. It's me versus Oscar Valdez. There's nothing else to look forward to. The 130-pound division, we need to unify. Let's get it.
I heard Shakur Stevenson wants to fight. Let's do it. I just want to keep on fighting and give the fans what they want.
When Shakur Stevenson meets Oscar Valdez on April 30th, 2022 at the MGM Garden Arena in Las Vegas, God willingly, even non-boxing fans may be in for a treat as Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson have the ingredients to make a Fight of the Year candidate. An outspoken American potential star.
It's going to be a good fight here, a tough fight. I can't take nothing away from him, but I feel like I'm the better fighter.
Versus a blue-collar Mexican who lets his fist do most of the talking.
If you don't train, there could be a bum out there training hard. That bum could beat him. Always have in mind that there's someone out there training harder than you. So my advice to him is always stay in the gym and don't worry about other things. Stay focused.
En route to this inevitable clash between two undefeated two-weight world champions that will not only determine who the best is in the 130-pound division, but may also give birth to a new emerging star in the pound-for-pound rankings. Hey Ringsiders, what is going on? This is your host, Boxing's Objective Observer, and welcome back to Ringside Stories. Feel free to like and share. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell if you enjoy the content. Thanks so much for your support in advance and welcome to Ringside Stories. This is the Stevenson versus Valdez preview with 5 things to keep in mind going into this world title unification bout. Number 1. Super featherweight significance. Now, why should you care about Stevenson versus Valdez? Well, simply put, a can of the sweet science that is called boxing mixed with the imminent threat that makes this sport so exciting. One punch which can change the course of a fight.
It's over. Oscar Valdez, welcome back.
Putting a draw as a result aside, the 130-pound division is about to see the first unified world champion since Marco Antonio Barrera back in the early 2000s. Now, close to 2 decades later, the super featherweight or junior lightweight division is on the brink of welcoming a new ruler, which is where some will compare Shakur Stevenson to an all-time great.
I feel I'm winning the fight.
Now, when you look at Todorov, a 3-time world champion, do you feel like he got some consideration from the judging?
Mayweather Jr. was robbed in those Olympics from a spot in the gold medal match, yet went on to dominate his 20-year run as a pro. Similarly, Shakur Stevenson did not manage to win Olympic gold and seems to have the same passion for winning as his predecessor Floyd Mayweather.
No, I don't like to lose. Second.
With gifts and a skill set that has led Stevenson to an unblemished record so far. Fun fact, Shakur Stevenson has won 2 world titles in 2 separate weight divisions after just 17 pro fights, whereas Floyd Mayweather Jr. won his first world title in his 18th professional fight. Now, of course, Shakur Stevenson has a long way to go in terms of accolades, recognition, and financial success, but to say Stevenson is ambitious is an understatement.
I would say look at what Floyd Mayweather done with boxing, but look at somebody that want to be bigger. Like, I want to be like the Michael Jackson of boxing, like how Michael Jackson sell out arenas and the way he perform and with all eyes on him. I want to be just like that, but in a boxing ring.
5 years into his pro career, Shakur Stevenson is confident in his abilities.
It ain't that I have to believe that. I actually believe I'm the best fighter in the sport of boxing.
And a win over Oscar Valdez could catapult Stevenson's status as one of this generation's faces of American boxing. Stevenson has to get past the seasoned Mexican warrior who has earned his stripes.
For me, losing is not an option. You know, it doesn't matter what I have to do. I have to come out there and be victorious no matter what. You know, if I fought with an injured rib, if I fought with a broken jaw, with a hurt hand, I've been in the floor, I've been in the canvas, but I've always gotten up and do my best to come out victorious. So this fight's not gonna be any different. You know, I'm gonna do my best to win. It doesn't matter what it is.
Well experienced, possessing deadly power, and under the tutelage of one of boxing's greatest trainers at the moment. 2 worlds, 2 different approaches, 1 ring to separate all the differences. Number 2, a clash of styles. With 23 out of 30 professional wins by way of stoppage, Oscar Valdez has devastating one-punch knockout power. In February of 2021, the 31-year-old Mexican stopped fellow Mexican and 4-year reigning WBC super-featherweight world champion Miguel Berchelt.
Beautiful setup, boom, right on the chin.
That was as big a knockout punch as you will see at this level of the sport.
Though Oscar Valdez is a bit more sophisticated than just one-dimensional power puncher. He sets traps, has deceiving counterpunching abilities, and is potent from both mid and close range. Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, is a master of controlling distance, a highly skilled boxer utilizing footwork, feints, pivots, taking a page from pugilists such as Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Andre Ward. The key for Stevenson is to keep the fight long, using his reflexes, defense, speed, height, and reach advantage, and superb boxing skill.
I like this young man, and I think he has a bright future, and I think that this young man right here will be the future of boxing. I think he will be a household name and a star.
Valdez, on the other hand, must commit to the body early, force Stevenson onto the ropes or into the corner in order to unleash his barrage of punches, which A, would help to sway the judges on mere aggression should the fight go to the scorecards, or B, increase Valdez's chances to land something significant, maybe even hurt Shakur Stevenson, as Oscar Valdez is the more prolific puncher of the 2.
I said it before, there's nothing better in life than proving people wrong. My idols doubted me. Boxing analysis doubted me.
I'm curious to see what Oscar Valdez shows up. I'm not sure he can turn back the clock. The wars that he's been in, they're set, they're in there. But you always got to leave room for a fighter like Oscar Valdez, who I consider a great fighter of this era.
Number 3, pound for pound level training camps. You are a product of your surroundings, and both champions have put themselves next to some of today's boxing's elite. Oscar Valdez is under the tutelage of 2021 Boxing Trainer of the Year Eddie Reynoso.
Oscar Valdez tiene muchas facultades que tiene que...
Oscar Valdez has many strengths that he can utilize against a formidable counterpuncher. He's got great potential, he has an explosive punch, he knows how to use his legs, and if he follows the game plan, I think he's got many ways to win this fight. If Oscar is well focused, I believe we're going to win this fight.
Creo que vamos a ganar la pelea.
Valdez trains alongside pound-for-pound great Saúl Canelo Alvarez. The undisputed super middleweight champion of the world is backing his stablemate for obvious reasons. It's going to be a good fight, it's going to be a complicated fight, but we believe in Oscar. Oscar is a very disciplined fighter, and besides has lots of experience. We're going to win, God willingly.
I feel like if Canelo was my weight, I feel like I would beat Canelo. I feel like my style, distance, I'm a boxer, same way Floyd picked him apart, I would do the same. So that's my honest opinion. People could take it how they want to, so Canelo could tell him whatever he wants.
Stevenson himself trains with 3-weight world champion and future Hall of Famer Terrence Bud Crawford.
Shout out to my little bro, man. He gonna be the next undisputed champion of the world. Pound for pound, #1 fighter in the world right here.
Number 4, their last fights. Going into the Oscar Valdez fight, Stevenson will be brimming with confidence. On October 23, 2021, Stevenson dismantled Jamel Herring, a virtuoso performance with an exclamation mark that saw the WBO super featherweight world title change hands in a way that many boxing fans didn't see coming.
This is a TKO victory for Shakur Stevenson, and he is a 2-division world champion. An absolute A+ performance from Shakur.
Where Shakur passed his test with flying colors 1 month prior, Oscar Valdez had his work cut out for him when the Mexican warrior struggled in his first WBC world title defense against Olympic gold medalist, then undefeated Brazilian Robson Conceição. Some people argued Conceição beat Oscar Valdez. Fate has it, Shakur Stevenson possesses a similar base style as Robson Conceição. On April 30th, 2022, Shakur Stevenson has a chance to put his money whereas Mouth is, and prove he's a pound-for-pound level fighter. Number 5. Ringside Stories official, unofficial prediction. This all depends on how the fight unfolds. Oscar Valdez has ferocious knockout power, proven to be crafty in landing his shots. He has one of the world's best boxing trainers in his corner and is more experienced than Shakur Stevenson. However, in a tactical battle, it all boils down to skill, a department Stevenson simply has Valdez beat. On top of that, Shakur Stevenson is the fresher and the more athletic of the two. Plus, Stevenson's style will present Oscar Valdez all sorts of issues, as Valdez's last fight against Conceição revealed. Shakur Stevenson is a southpaw, which can pose a challenge since Oscar Valdez's last fight against a southpaw was in June 2015 against Ruben Tamayo, a fight in which Oscar Valdez suffered a knockdown. Now, eventually, Valdez dealt with Tamayo, proving he had the skills to handle a southpaw, and of course, this was years ago. That said, Ruben Tamayo is not Shakur Stevenson. As a matter of fact, as a pro, Oscar Valdez has never dealt with a southpaw remotely close to Stevenson's level. Stevenson's defensive prowess, reflexes, and overall boxing IQ most likely will test Valdez's patience. Once Shakur Stevenson gets into a rhythm, I see Oscar Valdez run out of ideas, get frustrated, and then the gap in youth, athleticism, and IQ will become apparent. If at that point Oscar Valdez doesn't catch the current WBO world champion clean, I see Shakur Stevenson winning this fight on the cards, maybe even stop Valdez late. Now, one punch can change an entire fight, and Oscar Valdez does possess that type of game-changing power and has the tools to seriously test Shakur Stevenson in a way that he hasn't been tested before. Keep in mind, Valdez has 2021's best boxing trainer in his corner, who will prepare Valdez to the best of his capacities to produce a potential legacy-defining performance, which is the stage both Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson will perform on April 30th, 2022 at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, God willingly. With this long-awaited clash between two worlds, two undefeated two-weight world champions, Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez. Who do you got in this 130-pound world title unification bout? Let us know in the comments below. If you're new to this channel, we make content about boxing through mini documentaries, backstories, takeaways, previews, and much more. So if you enjoy that type of content, feel free to subscribe, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell for the latest here on Ringside Stories. It helps a lot with the algorithm here on YouTube. Now, if you've done that already, you're awesome. We already know that you are the true undisputed world champion. Till next time, Ringsiders, this is your host, Boxing's Objective Observer, with Ringside Stories. Thanks for watching, and have a legendary day.